Ivan with DIY Detail. Today, we're going to be doing C6 app and C6 diamond coating on my new Escape. Now, before we do that, we need to do a few other things. One of them is wash the vehicle, decontaminate it, and our friends at Solution Detailing also put on PPF the whole front end. So we'll be putting the C6 app and the C6 coating on PPF. Let's go. First step, C6 app, but I've got a helper today. His name is Louis Charles, and he's the detailing manager here at Solution Detailing. Come on in.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, so Louis Charles is gonna help me with the app. He's never used the app before, so this is a first for him. To use the app, it's very simple. Just make sure it doesn't start up on me. Take a red jeweling pad. To use the app, it's very simple. And we apply 2 or 3 drops. Less is more with the app. And then from here, we spread it on the surface.
Great.
So. We're not trying to polish, we're literally just applying it to the surface. So I'm going a 50% overlap. And getting the whole panel done. What the adhesion promoter polish is doing is opening up the pores, and this is PPF. You still have pores in PPF, so it's going to make the coating bond a lot better. The hood, front fenders are PPF, and so is the mirror. The rest is just the regular paint from Ford. The vehicle has less than 1,000 kilometers on it, so 600 miles. There's no need for polishing. The dealer never washed it. When we picked it up at the dealership, it had all the stickers and everything on it. We don't have to worry about the dealership detailing department having scratched it. They never got a chance to wash it. So the only wash it's had was here with the rinseless wash before we started doing the decontamination. So would you like to apply?
Absolutely.
There's no need to add any more until you run out of product.
Okay.
So as long as you see product on the surface, there's no need to add any more. And
Great.
we do the plastics as well as the paint.
Plastics as well. All right.
Great.
Absolutely.
Easy enough?
Super easy.
Keep going.
Now is it a good time to add?
Do you still see a residue on the paint?
Sure.
As long as you still see residue, you keep going.
Okay.
So yes, you can call it plastics. A lot of people freak out, but the app is very safe on plastic. There's no need to worry about it. No need to tape anything off. We actually want the app because it's deep cleaning plastic. And as it's deep cleaning, when we wipe it off, it'll make it a lot easier. Now you're starting to look like you're running dry a little bit. At this point, we just add 2 drops. Okay. Keep going. The app is not a necessary step when using the hydro glass. Panel prep is all we need. We've already polished the windshield with gold standard polish. So now panel prep is all we need. Go ahead, sir. Silver sprays on the towel. Flip the towel. We want to wipe it before it dries. While Louis Chal is finishing up the app, I'm going to apply hydro glass. 7 or 8 drops on the applicator pad. And just getting it on the window. We're gonna let it sit till it hazes over. So we're not in a rush. It can be 15 minutes, it can be an hour, it can be 2 days if you want to. As soon as it hazes over, it's ready to wipe off. And we'll be doing a second coat. As you can see outside, it's winter here. We use the wipers a lot, and that is cause for putting a second coat on. It's not always necessary, but if you're in a really harsh environment, a second coat after an hour is a good thing to do. We'll let that sit to haze over. We'll come back to it shortly. So getting the last little residue of the app off the surface, and we're ready to apply the coating. All good up there?
I'm good, thanks.
Excellent. So, C6 Diamond, we have it here. What the short nap towel does is your first leveling pass. We don't want a towel that's absorbent. We want to spread any excess coating on the surface. We don't want to lift it off the surface. And then we have our insurance towel. So just a second wipe to make sure you didn't miss anywhere when you're leveling.
Got it.
So there you go. Now in our previous vehicle, we had C6 Hydro, loved it, but I haven't had a personal vehicle with Diamond on it. So now it's time for Diamond. Just like the DIY coatings, very simple. We take the bottle, we take our applicator, and we'll put 8 to 10 drops. And you don't want to drop from up here. You want to put it on the applicator. And then we apply to the surface. Now, paint protection film, it absorbs a little differently than paint, but we'll still get the same idea here. So put it on in circular motion. And I'm going past the edges. So I'm making sure to get it over the edge. And we'll start seeing what looks like a rainbow or oil slick on water. And when it gets to 50% clear, that's when you wipe it with the first towel. And then after that, every other panel gets 1 or 2 drops.
Circular motion?
No, you can go in a straight line, and one thing you can do to test is just bring your towel along and stop and lift the towel. If you see the towel marks in the panel, then you're going to see the, you know you're wiping too soon.
Okay.
So try it, and then you'll see where you stop, and then, yeah, see, we still see some of the, So the hood is done. I'm just gonna add 2 drops to the applicator and go down the side.
Two drops per panel.
2 drops per section per panel.
Great.
And I'm also going to do the black plastic. We're going to leave the front bumper till last in the lights and around the charging port, since this is something that gets opened a lot. Just go around that edge. There you go. When we're applying your coating, it's always good to announce where you're going. So I did the front fender. Now I'm going to do the A-pillar and work my way to the back quarter panel. That way when he's wiping that, I won't be in his way when I'm applying to the door. Boxing in the panel, going all the way around, making sure I'm going past the edges, and then fill it in with a circular motion. And also doing the black plastic. So now that Louis is making his way to the back, I can start working on the door again. I'm going to start at the top, get it on the moldings, and the window. Now we could have put hydro glass on the side windows, but it's really not necessary. The regular paint coating does a good job there. The reason we use hydro glass on the windshield is because of the wiper abrasion. It's more resistant to wiper abrasion than a coating. This one has little cameras underneath. We want to make sure we get those cameras nicely covered as well. And the mirror face itself. So from here up, including the mirror, so the window, trim, and the mirror, you can wipe those off. I'll do the back window and then we'll trade off. For the front door, I'm going to go top to bottom on the door as I'm going around in circles. That way when Louis is wiping, he can start at the front of the door and work his way back as well. So boxing in the edges and then filling in circular motion. Nice thing about this applicator, you can get it in everywhere. So front to back, and I didn't do the black plastic, we'll save that for last. So boxed in my door completely and then filling it in. back quarter panel is all done. We've done that before, so I'll start working on the hatch while Louis does the back door. So the rear spoiler and the back window, including the wiper arm. While he does that, I'll get the roof. While Louis is doing the roof, now I can do the hatch. As you can see, moving around in hopscotch like that, we're not in each other's way. Again, just 2 little drops. Let it go up and then bring it to where we want to see. On this particular panel, I actually put it on a little thicker than I normally do. That gives it a little more time to work. And since Louis is going to be taking more time going around the letters to make sure that there's no high spots, a little more working time is a good thing. While Louis is finishing up wiping off the back end there, we're all done. The last part is hydro glass. Been sitting on there long enough, and now it just wipes with ease. No pressure, no stress. Leaving behind a nice clean window. And as I mentioned, we'll be doing it a second time just to get that little extra protection. So second layer, 6 or 7 drops on my applicator and applying it on the glass, and we'll let that sit. One hour after this is done, we can drive away, rain, snow, or shine. So how was your first experience with C6?
I love the fact that it's super user-friendly.
Yeah, very easy to apply.
Yep.
And have you noticed a little difference in the paint?
Oh, absolutely. It's so much more glossy.
Excellent. With that, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, leave them below. And we'll see you in the next video right up here.